3, 2, 1. Young and Gettin Podcast, episode 52.
Hey, 52. That's the big deal, right? That means it's a year.
I hadn't even started
It is
yet.
52. I mean, we could make it start.
And that was me
Oh,
just calling in
started.
take one.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But we're going to keep that.
Not getting cut.
It's going to stay.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Young and Gettin It Podcast, episode 52.
52. Bang, 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 bang. That means a year.
Take one.
Okay, there we go. Let's get it.
Hey, it's Nina.
And Ashley back with the bullshit.
And this is the Young and Gettin It Podcast. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Gettin It Podcast. There's no G at the end of Gettin because we're millennials. We're young. We're going to slang it out. Please subscribe on there, rate and review. Also, we're on SoundCloud.com/YAGIP. Please follow us, comment. We'll comment back. Thank you for all the listens. I've just been watching them grow and it's amazing.
I hope that you guys aren't missing any new fans because there's no G at the end of getting it.
I mean, we say it on every episode
Yeah.
and we're at
Oh,
52.
okay, got it.
So it's
Okay.
like if you've heard it 52 times,
You're gonna
you
remember.
still have spelled everything right but the G in Gettin, you have a
Right.
personal problem.
That's true. I just don't
You
want
don't
like
fucking listen.
I just don't want like a new perspective person to
Yeah.
be like, oh, young again. I just can't find them because we misspelled it. But,
I'm like, you don't listen. Go to our Instagram.
It's on there that way.
we give you options.
all good.
SoundCloud, please follow us, comment on there. We're also on YouTube. Search Young and Gettin It Podcast. Also, there's no G at the end of Gettin.
If you didn't
You know what I'm
know.
saying? Yeah.
Please subscribe on there. Watch our videos Breakfast Club style.
Hey.
Why can't I say that?
Wow.
I don't know.
Easy
Did
for you to
that
say.
twice. We're also on GooglePlay, Stitcher, and Pocket Casts.
And you can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAG_podcast. And we also
You forgot the ING.
Oh shit.
There's a lot of alsos there. They like, hey, my Christian Minga is Jehovah Thickness.
Jehovah
You
Thickness.
you just know you're gonna find us anywhere and
Yeah, we're
everywhere.
everywhere.
Black Planet.
Oh, Lord.
We got a website, but it's not Black Planet. www.weareyagip.com. And then we have our email, Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com. And then we have our Google Voice number, 323-486-3811. I didn't look.
You got it. It's okay.
Didn't fucking look.
It's all right.
Okay.
You actually memorized
We're
that
getting
number.
there.
'Cause I don't know it by heart.
I'm good at remembering numbers.
But
Like,
you
I can
can-
remember shit.
You know, it's crazy if you go to jail, which God forbid, you have to know a number by heart.
Yeah.
Like the olden days.
Yeah.
Only number I know is 911. And I'm
Damn.
already there.
911. I'm just gonna do 411, 911. I was like, which one? I think 411 will like change your tires on the freeway.
You know what happened to me the other day? I called somebody and their line was busy. I was like, how does this happen in 2018?
Yeah.
It was like, dun, dun, dun. I was like, I haven't heard this in years.
Yeah.
And I called back and then it rang. I was like, oh, okay.
Wow.
They were on the phone. I don't know.
Wow.
That's real
It was weird.
interesting.
I didn't know that still existed.
Me either.
Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all,
Oh, yeah.
this is episode.
Who are
They don't
you?
even know who I am. Just talking like I'm supposed to be here. Like, yeah, guys.
this
what? Why do they spell pneumonia with a P? Like, who is this nigga? I don't know. Stupid. I know, right?
Oh my gosh, we have a special guest and we've just been
totally
conversating.
forgot.
Okay.
We,
Yeah, man.
we didn't forget, but you know what you're doing and you're just jumping in like, yeah,
man.
nigga, what's good?
Yeah,
like
man, what's good? I'm here. You hear me?
this
You're-
is DoBoy. Meow, 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 meow.
DoBoy, a.k.a. Dobama, a.k.a. J. Simpson. Why?
Well.
Because I'm killing these hoes. That's just, Thugs Bunny, Jabeda. I'm out here, man. Man of many names.
Oh my gosh, and you're here on our 1 year anniversary. This is pretty fun.
I'm excited to be here. I feel special that I was, good enough to be here for the year-long celebration. So thank you guys. I hope I don't
Yeah.
disappoint.
No.
Oh no, you're doing well.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're funny as hell. So I saw you at the Ontario Improv.
Yeah.
You did stand up.
That was actually crazy. There's a crazy story behind that, but I could tell that story later. But
You can tell it now.
Oh.
I want
We
to
wanna
hear.
know
I don't know it.
everything.
Yeah, I
Oh,
want to know.
The thing is, I started doing stand up when I was like 16 years old for the first time, and I got booed the first time I did it. So it traumatized me. I never did comedy again. Then I did it when I was like 26, and I got good at it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And then like 3 years ago, I got booed at Southern University.
Oh no.
And it gave me like a flashback, and I had anxiety. So for the last 3 years, I haven't been doing stand up, and that show that you see me at was the first time I had really
I remember you
done
saying
it for real, and I was so fucking scared. And I still just went out there and did my thing.
Yeah, you're hilarious.
So yeah,
you didn't seem nervous at all.
you gotta fake it when you're out there. They don't know. They don't know unless you tell them. So
Right?
You gotta just do
I
it.
be freaking out at work too. I'm like, nobody knows. I be calm as fuck. Like everything be going wrong. I'm like, yeah, everything's all right.
Yeah, when your boss is like sweating you and you're like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Everything's all right. Yeah, I'm gonna get it together. No, you did great.
Thank you.
So you're gonna start doing that a lot more now?
Yeah, I'm back. We're actually putting together a tour. I'm gonna be shooting a special next year.
Oh my God.
I jump into things. I just, I'm doing it or I'm not. So
Okay.
Yeah.
we'll get some stuff popping.
And I
That's
also
wonderful.
saw you on All Def
Yep.
Digital.
Oh, and you seen All Def Digital on me.
No.
Yay,
I remember when you.
Okay.
I remember that video.
Hey, tattoo. It's Ashley right now, but yeah. All Def
Like, you got
Digital.
some motion.
Shout out to the squad. I'm one of the mainstays on the station, and it's just something that we've been building up since like 2012, and we've been through a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of transitions, a lot of changes, but we're in a good space, and we got some really, really big stuff coming in 2019. So I'm excited.
I'm looking forward to. Please tell them about Roast Me.
Roast Me season 4. Everybody has been asking about this show, and it's a fan favorite. So we are releasing it on December 7th.
Yay.
A lot of our audience is mad now because they have to pay for it.
$3.99.
$3.99
Calm down.
for the whole season. dog.
People don't even pay for their own Netflix. Like, why are they complaining?
It's
Somebody-
$3.99.
Somebody
Get outta
made a
here.
petition to force us to give it to them for free. They're like, demand that we get
no.
Roast Me free. Like, nigga, I don't care.
You gonna pay my bills?
Yeah, exactly.
I got bills. Fuck outta
No,
here.
I think it's worth paying for it because first of all, y'all episodes were low key long. Like it wasn't even like short content,
Yeah.
and then
Right.
it's like you guys are just like firing.
Niggas be out there getting their feelings hurt. It'll make you question yourself as a person.
Right?
It's-
I'm like, I know I can't do it.
I
It's
would
just
cry.
I got too many
random.
emotions.
Like what's that girl who was on Wild 'N Out who started
Oh,
crying?
Azalea
Oh, Azalea
Banks.
Banks, yeah. It gets real. And shout out to Wild 'N Out. I've done some work on Wild 'N Out as well. and
Yeah.
shout out to them.
Oh,
They're doing
that's
their thing still.
fun.
I got that tattoo too. I'll be tattooing stuff.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So it's like your funnest times are tattooed. on you.
Absolutely. Now, hopefully, I don't get no job like at Pizza Hut. And I gotta tattoo that.
Have a good time at Pizza
So
Hut.
that's how
I
you
doubt
get a
it.
pizza.
So yeah,
That's good.
So where are you from? I know.
I'm from Sacramento,
Okay.
California,
All right.
originally, and I lived there for the first 30 years of my life, and then I moved to LA, and I came out here to pursue comedy. And I've been out here for the past 9 years. So yes, I just aged myself, 39 years old. Shout out
That's
to
fine.
shout out to almost being 40 in
Yeah.
these streets. It's a different ball game.
When's your birthday?
August 21st.
Oh, it's coming.
Oh,
I'm
so
on
you
clock.
just
You have some
turned
time.
39.
I just turned
Yeah.
39. Yeah.
So what sign is that?
Leo, baby.
Okay, I was trying to think.
Oh.
I was like, I think it is.
Leo.
Hold on, why you say
Okay.
it like it's a disappointment?
No.
Shit.
Because I'm a Gemini.
There's a story.
Leo's got it
'Cause I'm a
lit.
Gemini. No, you guys are fun.
Yes.
Interesting.
Wait,
My
wait,
dad's
you
a
said,
Leo.
you said that like we're fun, but not to be taken serious. You're like, you guys are fun. Yeah.
No, you guys are great
Cool?
people.
We're good people?
I'm not gonna say anything bad.
Do people really believe in astrology like
I mean,
I do a little bit.
yeah, like slightly, but like honestly, I could give a fuck about it. Like, you know, because like
Yeah.
sometimes I read the stuff, I'm like, yeah, that's me. Other times I read it, and I'm like, not so much.
that? Yeah, I know. I've met people that have like, especially females for the most part, and they just like live by. They be like, that bitch is a Sagittarius. I can't even talk to that bitch. Like, what?
It's like, how do you just
So
do that?
why? Exactly.
That's how I feel about Leos. Not that you guys are bad people, but it's just like, damn.
I knew I felt some shade in your voice.
Exactly.
When you said that shit.
Damn.
Did you have a bad experience with a Leo? Is that really what it is?
No, like I guess Geminis attract Leos, so I know very many Leos, and it's like,
That's astrology is some bullshit. I attract Leos, really?
I think I attract Leos.
Wow.
Is that weird? I
Yeah,
mean, she's a
you've been
Cancer.
a-
He's
yeah.
not a Leo. What are you? Taurus.
You don't
Oh,
even-
I don't even know what the fuck
How
that
long you know this
means.
nigga? You don't even know his sign.
I mean, I don't be knowing people's signs.
Yeah.
You're like, Taurus,
No, I've
man,
known you
thank
for a
you,
year
man.
because our podcast has been on for a year
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Gotcha.
She hasn't known him as long as I have. That's my boyfriend's brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey.
Family. Okay, so how did you feel about since this is our most recent episode from coming back from Atlanta and Houston, we haven't taped in 3 weeks.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
so
I gotta get used to it again.
yeah, so the big thing that happened, which isn't really big but big, is like the Cardi B and Nicki Minaj beef. How do you feel about
why
all
are
of
they
that?
still beefing?
Okay.
I didn't even pay attention
This is
to
how I
it.
feel about that whole situation. I don't mind it. I don't mind healthy competition in hip hop. And I know people always say they're like, what? But, you know, it's not like other types of music, rockers. But that's what hip hop is. It's some aggressive street shit at its, you know, finest core. So I don't have a problem with them having a problem with each other. I just hate how they're settling it. Like, all I hear is subliminal disses. Nobody says each other. Like, y'all motherfuckers are rappers. Will you just rap against one another? Like, that stop. Like, I don't want to see Cardi B talk on her phone for 32 minutes and start referencing emails and it was just like,
well, Cardi B isn't that smart, and I think we all understand that, and I don't mean that in a mean way. She just lacked the educational.
You don't mean
base.
it in a mean way. You mean it in a nice way.
I mean that in
like I think
shit.
Anybody would take offense to that. You tell somebody, yo, you're not that smart.
She's really not, there up here.
She know, like, she just wasn't given access to the education that would have advanced her intelligence. That's the nicest way you could say it. How else could you say that shit?
But
I don't think she's dumb, but like she just lacks education.
But I don't know. I don't know. With Nicki, with somebody that you would probably think would be a little bit more like, Nicki's doing some nuts shit too.
Nicki isn't acting like a queen, and that's the part that's annoying me, because she actually basically is the queen of rap as far as I know in my mind, other than the like elders, time, you know, the people who were been around, you know, like, so I'm like, she is the queen. The problem is she's not acting like Beyonce. Beyonce's the queen.
Beyonce don't respond to
shit. I think she was the queen. She's not the queen now.
I feel like
who is
Nicki is
Cardi.
No,
Cardi's absolutely.
She's the princess. I don't look at her as like, she hasn't been around long enough.
Like, but even lyrically, like, you think like she's up to par.
I feel like this is what I've learned in how the world is changing, and this is kind of how I process information. I feel like people buy people. So you buy people, you buy who you like. I feel like Cardi B is very, very well liked. She has a sense of humor, like, you know, and she's just a regular person. So her relatability is really high up there, which makes her more popular, which makes her music a lot more crossover and just dope. Because ain't nobody really checking for. I mean, everybody heard Nicki's album. Tell me one song outside that song where she was talking about fucking the rappers that you even remember off the album.
I didn't like the album.
No, I never listened to it again.
And like, Cardi got that shit. She done did the I Like It Like That. Like,
she's coming out with songs.
Bangers every time. It's like, shit. And I understand how Nicki might feel, because like you said, she's been running it for so long. It's like, damn, bitch. Like, what the, but.
Personality really wins.
Personality, you got to sell them who you are. That's what you can't take that from Cardi B. That's why I don't like it when people use that whole, oh, she got payola or a label behind. You can't pay people to make them like you.
Yeah.
Either you like a person or you don't. And
exactly.
Cardi B, she got the people right now. You might as well. I feel like Nicki's best thing is just to let that shit go. Either really rap against her, like, you know, I listen to a lot of DJ Academics and he be hitting around on the head. Like, either really go and rap at her, because you obviously can rap better, you know.
Yeah.
And do that, or just leave it alone, because you're gonna lose with this back and forth shit. I feel like, and it just makes you look like you're insecure about the situation.
On that video that was going viral online about like Nicki Minaj, she actually posted on her page like a promo of her radio show, another episode, and at one point in the promo she says like, "Don't forget, I'm a rapper." So it's like almost subliminal to where it's like, ooh, I genuinely hope Nicki Minaj drops a song dissing Cardi to her face.
Ooh.
And because Nicki Minaj has bars, no one can take that from her. She has bars, she can do it. We know she can do it. So imagine if she just came out like Cardi. Like, I love Cardi. I love Cardi more than Nicki.
She raps in her deep voice.
Oh yeah,
I like her deep voice. I don't like the other ones.
Like, she might just like slay Cardi, which, remember, this is going to only make Cardi B more famous, because that's what always happens. Just like Pusha T, just like any other battle, the other person actually gains fame. They don't really die unless it's a really shitty battle. But I feel like that's what needs to happen at this point, because it's like, Nicki writes her music more than Cardi.
I feel like she missed that moment to do that. I feel like it's too late for that now.
Oh my God.
You probably should have done it right away when you had beef.
You can't wait till it gets in this, like, you know what I'm saying? As soon as you thought it was something, or it was enough for it to be something to talk about, you should have just gave it to her, because now it's really, really hyped up. And what I've learned, even like as being a performer, sometimes when the person has the crowd on their side, it don't matter what you say. Like, you just might not be able to win them back. Like, so I don't feel.
But Nicki has a lot of fans. Like, I'm pro Cardi, but like Nicki has a.
But I feel like it depends on fans and hits, because when Drake and Pusha T were fighting, it's like Drake has fans and he has hits. So it's like, even though Pusha may have came harder, I'm not gonna admit to that, because you see, I'm a fan. If he had like if he had came harder than Drake, like his fans are gonna stand up for him. Like so it's really the fans and then your music, because you're like, well, Drake got all these hits, Pusha T ain't got nothing. That was the main fucking defense. It's like, when's the last time you heard something from Pusha? Back when he was doing Grinding, that was it.
And remember, we went and saw him perform in freaking Atlanta, and it was not.
It was
Pusha T?
Yeah, it was dead. It was like it was an
Pusha
Afro.
doesn't have big like crossover songs. What you gonna do? Grinding from like
no,
he did that, and that was the most
lit. What you do? Mr. Me Too?
He was just rapping. Like he was. It wasn't nothing where everyone could be like, hey, he was. We were just like, remember when the song came on? We were like.
And that's what people don't understand. Like, music has changed. Like, and then you got like other artists that be wanting to say all that deep shit. Niggas be like, man, where that beat at? Yeah.
Like, I don't care,
Go to
nigga.
the right festival for that shit.
It's like, you got feelings, okay, and
right, exactly.
You're mad about this injustice.
Cool.
Man. You don't talk about asses clapping. Fuck
like,
out of here.
It's like, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Okay, so did y'all see this tweet from Kanye? I don't know if it's real or not. And it says, okay, I'm going to read it. I know. I'm going to read it. It says, my eyes are now wide open and now realize I've been used to spread messages I don't believe in. I am distancing myself from politics and completely focusing on being creative. So this is real.
You know what
I'm so fucking over Kanye goddamn West. I really am, man. Kanye got to shut the fuck up, man.
Right?
Kanye,
well, he just said he gonna do that.
He got to
apparently.
just shut the fuck up. And what I feel like I don't want to say no. We are to blame. We are to blame. We created Kanye.
We listen.
But see, this is what people don't understand. Like, I'm starting to know this shit now. Like, we don't understand how much social media is changing us as people.
Yes.
Like, you gotta understand, like, Kanye been doing just goofball shit, but the world didn't move like that. So when he hops on a telethon in 2006 or whenever that was, George Bush don't like black people, and then you're just hearing about it word of mouth. It's different than in this day and age. So it's like, now you're too accessible, and now, like, you got these motherfuckers with phones, and you could just blast it out, and he just keeps saying nut shit after nut shit. But he's been doing that. It's just now the world has changed, and now it's like it's in our face more, and he's just, I don't like the nigga no more. I'm just like, bro, I just want you to stop talking. I just want you to shut the fuck up. You say disrespectful, stupid shit, and you don't be knowing what the fuck you talking about. This nigga said when I was a kid and my dad didn't play football with me putting this MAGA hat, I'm like, nigga, what the fuck?
How that relate?
Are you talking about? Like, and you don't understand how powerful your words are out here. And you know what I'm saying? Somebody growing up, like, impressionable kid could be like, I want to Mac. Like, bro, do you know how dangerous the times we living in? We gotta trade Kanye for somebody, man. The culture gotta be done with Kanye, bro. I'm sorry.
When I saw that post on, I think the Shade Room, I went straight to the comments because I was like,
that's the best part.
And everybody was like, it's too late. No, too late.
Should have made that U-turn a long time ago.
No, don't start doing it. I was like,
I tell my homeboys this all the time, and like me and my boy Kevin, shout out my guy Kevin Fredericks, but I always tell him, like, it's a genuine gift to know, and a talent to know when to shut the fuck up. So many people will talk themselves, like, sometimes you gotta just know when to just shut the fuck up. And this was for Kanye about 6 months ago. He should have shut the fuck up 6 months ago. Let's see if he can fix this, but I don't know.
No,
I'm done with it.
It's very deep in the rabbit hole.
The fucked up part is
he was just sitting with him.
It makes me not even want to listen to his music anymore.
Like, I wasn't interested.
Yeah,
I tried to listen to that Ye shit. I was just like, this ain't it for me.
I heard one song.
It
was very dark. I don't like listening to dark
about
music.
killing his wife
like, why I'm gonna listen to this?
And I'm not mad if that's art and that's what
weird.
you're doing.
Yeah.
But this is another thing that I think hurt Kanye. He's so immensely talented. He's always been so much better than everybody at music that I think it gave him an arrogance. Like, no matter what, I can say or do whatever the fuck I want. When I come back with my shit, niggas gonna get it, back together.
Yeah.
But the fucked up part is now he said all this crazy, wild, eccentric shit, and the music ain't even that good no more. Like, that's just on a very just scalable.
Yeah.
It ain't. I haven't really enjoyed a whole Kanye project since My Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, there's
everybody
no
has
songs I know.
Like, everybody, like, it'd be back and forth about the. I hated Jesus.
I don't think I listened to that.
I listened to it once and couldn't do it.
Yeah, like, so now it's like your music's not even, and then it goes back to that likability thing. Like, now I don't like you. And it's
you suck and I don't like you.
Yeah, so the music's not even that good no more.
But, like,
to be honest,
out of the Kanye situation, like, don't be mad, but, like, you know how majority of people and majority of black people do not like Trump, do not support Trump.
Right.
But he and Kim are making the effort to meet with this man and talk to him. Kim's trying to change his mind about stuff. Kanye, he was doing what the fuck ever. But it's like, do you feel that it's beneficial to interact with Trump on that level, or should we just write this nigga off and say fuck him? Because it's like, you know, like how people would be like, oh, black people can't be held accountable for all white people's wrongdoings, but it's still like on the same hand, like, should we like try and teach him like, yo, like, this is why this is wrong, right? Try and make him understand so he could be better, or just let him fuck up till he's out. Like,
but see, I'm not done with him just solely on the Trump shit. Like, and with politics, it's always such a dicey conversation because that's the quickest way to start an argument is talk about religion or to talk about, you know, politics. So his political views aside, I'm just done with him for an accumulation of fuck shit that I feel. It's like, nigga, I'm just sick of this. So it's not necessarily like whatever is political, but that's the thing. The more you listen to him, I don't even think he got political views. I don't even think
he don't know shit.
I don't think he's even informed enough to know what he's saying he's endorsing.
He admitted that to Charlemagne. He said like, "Oh, I haven't read anything. I just."
So then you just
like,
out there
how
saying
you not gonna
shit.
do research?
You just out there just saying shit.
That's why when I saw that post and him being like, "Wow, my eyes are open," it's like, "Oh, you read."
Yeah.
You read a news
fucking read
article.
something.
But he's just been different. Like, and see, that's the even bigger thing about this is that, you know, it's touching in the neighborhood of mental illness.
Definitely.
And like that's why like Charlemagne didn't do a follow-up interview because he kept going to all these bizarre places. Kanye was like, I'm off my medicine. Like, you like mental illness ain't nothing to joke around with or to play with. So it's like I feel like when that narrative's being written and something so serious is almost being mocked, like he be like, oh my body, like I'd be like, bruh, I can't with you anymore, like any longer.
It's funny because I watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and it's like I've watched it since it started, and so it's funny watching. It's like Kim is showing signs since we've been watching her for a decade. She's showing signs of like that she's going to leave him soon because she always makes herself really seem like a victim before she ends her like big relationship,
so she could feel better.
She's super victimizing, like Kanye's getting on my nerves, and like she's doing that on the show.
You think she's buttering it up?
She's buttering it up. Give it 2 seasons.
How long was that prenup for?
She even told Courtney like, oh, just have a baby by Scott so you don't have babies by like other men. She was like, yeah, because even if I got a divorce, I'd try to have another. Like she said something like, oh, I would try to get my baby in. So I think she's gonna try to have like Kanye wants 7 babies. And they have 3 so far. Like she's like, Kanye wants 7 and she doesn't want any more. And she's like, oh, I'm just gonna get my babies out. Watch her have like 1 or 2 more kids.
We'll have somebody else have 1 or 2 more kids.
Right. Yeah.
But on the low though, you're talking about the prenup. Like I think if they got divorced, he'd probably be suing her for money because I feel like she got she rich.
Yeah, she's definitely making money off that relationship. You know, he gave her a share of Yeezy. Oh, like she actually is a owner.
Oh damn.
That's just be so weird. I don't know. Like I don't.
That's intense.
With $1 million check.
I'm like, if you're married, like why do I even need to do that? Like I feel like if I'm married,
it's already mine. The whole thing is mine.
Like, that was so weird to me. That was so weird to me. Like it's like because I would think like if I got married, well again I was married once for 84 days. We'll talk about that.
What? No, can you tell it right now? It's more important. I don't care about Kanye.
Okay,
so more important.
The hell
Let's
with
go.
Kanye. So yeah, been in LA for 9 years and I had an 84-day marriage.
Okay, Kim K Jr.
Yeah. So yeah, it wasn't like I met a woman and then married her super fast. Like I had been dating her off and on for like a super long time, and then it was at a point in my life where I was drinking every day, and it was just a very emotional, drunk decision. And I got married in like a month, and it wasn't even her. Like you know what I'm saying? It was definitely me. I was just full of shit and everything. And then like 2 months in, I was like, "What the fuck am I doing in this marriage?" And I had to end up getting divorced. So yeah.
Did you lose stuff? Like
nah, not really, nothing, because we didn't really have like much together, you know, no kids or anything. So but it was just I don't know, like
you were barely together, so
yeah,
I didn't really
it's
have
like
too much.
Divorce lawyer would be like, nigga, just go, no, get out of here, you crazy kids. But but yeah, I don't know, I don't even know how we got on the subject of my family.
You mentioned it.
Talk about Kanye.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's jaded me too. I don't think I ever want to get married again. I kind of came to that conclusion like 3 days ago. I was just like,
okay.
maybe I will.
Yeah.
But maybe
I be feeling that way too. I already be telling her, I'm like, if the time comes where I start making good money before I get married, then a baby's just gonna happen after I have money. Like, you know, because like the only I don't look down on people like Kylie for having a baby at that age because she could fully afford to take care of a child.
She's good.
She's suitable to be a mother.
She's not
struggling. Whereas I could not. You know, that would really fuck my situation up.
I would be so stressed.
Like, I need to get my mental health right before I bring a baby in here.
Absolutely.
Like, she has time to go see a therapist because someone's scheduling her time for her, and a nanny's in her house, 2-3 nannies,
and a chef.
Yeah,
like out of here.
But me,
everything I need.
Me, I'm just gonna leave my baby at my mom's house and leave. Like that one day, left that little girl at the doorstep,
and it was the wrong door.
So ratchet.
It was the wrong door,
and ran away like she was dropping off a bomb. Like, it's a child. They're gonna explode.
You can't leave a child
in the middle of the fucking night.
The kid was just sitting there like, really? What the fuck? Like,
she was like, I hope this works out.
They opened the door. The baby was just like, I don't know.
Like, how do you not know which house to leave your baby?
What are you gonna do? Like,
they got a security camera.
Imagine how that's gonna traumatize that child. That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I don't even know if she went to jail. I hope so, because that's just very irresponsible.
That's just very reckless. Yeah.
Do you guys want to see that picture that I was talking about in the elevator? Okay, so I was on Tumblr, and you know, it's like a lot of weird stuff on Tumblr. So take a look. Don't judge me.
Okay.
Oh God.
Wait. Whoa.
I want to see. I haven't seen.
Why though? I don't.
That's what I want to fucking know.
Is that like supposed to be sexy?
That's what I'm saying. And one, like, she has one titty tied up, one titty on a lasso.
But what if the rope just fell and
What's
she
wrong
bust
with
her hose?
Tumblr?
Like, what if? But seriously, what if something just happened and you didn't? Because I'm pretty sure you ain't got a professional in there roping you up.
Right.
What if the rope just give you? Bow, nigga. That's it.
I'm just wondering, are her titties okay?
But see,
only one is tied up.
But see,
it's
okay,
only
one's in a lasso.
Let's talk about this, because I was having an interesting conversation with my coworkers the other day. So we were talking about shit like this and like BDSM and whatever that shit is, right? And I was just like, yo, like, what is going on like with chicks? Because like I've had more than one chick ask me to choke them. And I'd be like, no.
Like, were they about to
I had a chick tell me, she was like, I like to be choked until I'm about
to pass out.
Then you let me go, then I'll come, and then it'll be a great experience. Like the biggest bang.
The asphyxiation.
But I was like, but what if I fuck around and mess up?
Don't do it right.
And then you just die.
Like, like crush a windpipe.
Yeah, like,
oh my God.
Who's out here? But then, like, as we were talking, there was like a couple girls there. They're like, oh no, I love to be. I'm like, I don't choke people. Like, I've never really been in a situation where I choked anybody. I just don't know how to do it.
Yeah,
so how am I know how to do it? And I'm a big nigga, so if I'm on top and I'm choking, I slip. Oh, shit. Yeah. That's a body on my hands. I can't. No.
And you can't explain that type of consent.
I'm like, no, she wanted it. Like, yeah, well, we want to throw your ass in jail.
I know, right? She told me to do this. I just slipped.
Yeah, I'm not. So I don't know. Like, is that like a thing? Is that like a young millennial thing? Because I know y'all are young.
Some people do. I mean,
younger people are weirder now. They're freaky. Yeah, they be exploring
Stupid
sexuality.
shit like put a cigarette butt out on my face. Like,
they do be doing shit
like slap my face.
Yeah, kick me in the back of the face.
Yeah,
like, where is the back of your face? I don't know. Just kick me there. It's my spot. It's stupid.
Yeah, people really do like that shit. I'm like,
I don't get it.
I'm not into none of that. Like, and I don't know if that's because I'm old. But nigga, I'm good.
None of that works. Yeah. I like to breathe.
Don't choke me. I had a chick want to pour candle wax on me before. I let her do it and then kicked her out. I was like, all right, you got to go. Yeah, this hurts me.
Too much.
He said it was gonna make. Who wants to have hot candle wax?
You got to go.
You gotta leave. I'm sorry. Let me wipe it. No, I want you to go.
Damn.
But you said I could do it, and now I said I want you to leave. But bye though.
Bye though.
Bye though, for real.
Oh my God.
Well, fuck.
Well, yeah, I guess that the younger generation, I think we're borderline, like, but then
some people are mentally. I think it's mental illness on a real note.
Who wants to get choked?
Yeah,
like, what,
everybody's
when you're
really
having
sick.
sex, like, I want a hand around my throat and feel like I'm gonna die.
Niggas like to be feeling alive, I guess. Like, get close to death to feel alive.
Go
get that adrenaline
run.
Rush.
Go run and be out of breath and be like,
I'm living.
That's almost like these people that like these kids out here that be sipping lean. I had a real conversation with somebody about this, right? And I was like, well, what is it? Like, you know what I mean? As far as lean, it was like, it's cough medicine and it just makes you sleepy. I said, wait, so it makes you sleepy? It was like, yeah. So I'm like, that's where you're getting high, is just you're staying up and then something is trying to force you to go to sleep and you trying to stay up and put your.
I can't do it.
Terrible.
It's like, nigga, just stay up. Like, you don't have to lead to do this. Just stay up and have a slumber party with your friends. You don't have to.
Get some heavy indica.
Nigga,
yeah, that shit tries to force you to sleep.
That's
you
what
you gonna be asleep.
That's what the drug is. And then they wonder why, like, if you sipping lean all the time, if you get a cold and try to take some cough syrup, it ain't gonna do shit.
Wow, I didn't even think
your
about
body
that.
will be like, nigga, we already know this.
We used to this.
You just gonna die of a cold.
Die of a cold.
Like, nigga went down from a common cold. Too dark, too soon? Sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
I don't be knowing when. I don't. Here's the line. I've crossed it. I'm sorry, guys.
Me and Nina be doing that sometimes too, though. We've had to bleep some stuff that we've said
cool.
because it's been real
We
bad.
talk
I
reckless when we
understand.
feel like talking
Yeah.
reckless.
Which is often.
Absolutely.
Remember a long time ago when that story came out about Bill Cosby getting slapped with a chicken patty?
What a
Yeah.
chicken patty.
They said that shit was false though. And
Nah,
his
man. I don't-
his lawyers are
don't
mad
take
that
that
people
away.
are making stuff up.
Don't take that away from me.
It's
That's
funny.
funny.
I wrote that down.
The fucked up part is that you in prison and the nigga that slapped him with the chicken sandwich, that was probably his only meal for the day. And he risked that to slap the shit out of a nigga. And you know, like Bill Cosby is 82. He can't fight. So
and
you
he fell.
And you just gotta be the old nigga that got slapped with the
Throw
chicken
you off
sandwich.
balance.
If a nigga just slapped you with a chicken sandwich and you 82, you just that nigga that got slapped. It ain't no get back. It ain't
You
no.
might die.
You might just-
honestly break a hip.
Is it
slapped.
fucked up that this whole time I wanted him to go to prison, but now that he's in prison, I'm like,
Damn, they really did that
That's the-
shit.
And no, the fucked up thing is he released a statement. He released a statement like to the news, like after he got slapped and shit. He was like, I want out of here. Like he hasn't said nothing about prison this whole time. He was like, I don't want to be here. They let me out. Like, of course, nigga, nobody want to be in jail. Nigga, what the
That's
fuck?
the whole fucking point.
What the
This nigga been privileged for the
That
majority of his
arrogance of
life.
you. I don't want to be here. Let this pillow pudding pop nigga out. He said he don't want to be here.
He really thought the world just works
What
for
the fuck?
him. That's how
Nigga.
long he's been privileged.
That's how
He's like,
you
bail
think-
me out,
I
fam.
do not enjoy this. I would like to go home. Nigga, this is home.
For actually the
Nigga.
rest of your life,
For
sir.
actually. Shit.
Wait, don't he got like
3
They
years
gave him,
to life?
No, they gave him
10.
10. They gave him 10.
they give him 10?
Ooh.
You think he gonna make it to 90 something?
No, not in jail.
Not in that dirty ass
No,
place.
no.
I don't
Damn, I
know
feel
because
bad.
you got to
Sorry,
understand,
guys.
like if he's 80, if he's 82, Bill Cosby has probably been famous since he's been like 25.
That's what I was thinking.
Damn.
So
I don't
for
know if you
80%
can go.
of his life,
You know, a luxurious life, and now
Yeah.
you're in. I don't. That's
your
tough.
body can't take it.
Your mind.
He did 3 weeks and started begging to get out.
Yeah.
They're trying to already
Oh.
lower it to 3 years.
Oh.
His lawyers are going
I'm just
back
saying,
trying
man.
to lower
I
that
mean,
shit.
nigga, you was out here roofing bitches.
That's
though,
the
so.
thing. But see, and that's another thing.
Some of them
too.
bitches wanted it. That's the fucked up part. That's the
We
no.
did
That's
this last time.
I didn't
come
say that.
no.
You won't loop me into this one. I didn't.
No,
say it.
I'm not saying there are victims, but the fucked up part is that some girls wanted to be roofied. We found out like later in the story
Right.
that
Yeah.
some girls asked him for that.
And
But
it was a
so he
different-
just thought he could just fucking give it to anybody.
It
Like,
was,
it
and
don't
it was
work.
a different. I do believe, and I'm never, ever standing. I don't know. I'm not, supporting or denouncing it. But what I will say is that the world was a lot different.
Yeah.
in
Was
those
it the
days.
80s
Drug
that he
culture-
did this?
Drug culture was really different too, and so I just feel like the world was a lot different. So I don't know what happened in those situations, but I
People
know
are
that.
getting roofied.
Was it the 80s that he did it? If it was the 80s, people,
Well, people were
was
doing
crazy.
Quaalos back then like it was weed.
Yeah,
Niggas-
that's what I
Niggas
was
was
asking.
coked up, so
Yeah.
So
He did Quaaludes himself. Like
Yeah.
they really.
Oh,
and
so he wasn't right.
My dad said the same thing to me. He was like, I mean, drugs were different back then. It's not like, but I get it.
Yeah.
Culture is different.
But it's like, how could you be able to like wait that long? Like,
there's
Well,
a
I know that if it happened, it happened, but like that's fucking long.
there's a stigma on the shit now because scientific research has come out and told you this shit will kill you.
Well,
Yeah.
You know, like all these
What,
drugs,
Quaalude?
Quaalude, like anything.
Well, you
OD
should know that.
Anything that isn't weed basically could kill you.
Yeah.
Like, everything
Right.
that isn't weed could basically kill. Weed is the only thing that just has not been proven to kill you. You know?
weed is pretty safe.
Yeah,
because
it's
you don't
just-
put nothing in it.
Yeah.
You literally just have it.
I mean, I hope they're not putting shit in it because it's
Yeah.
been strong lately.
I know that they put a lot of tax on that shit.
Okay.
We used to complain about weed being, illegal before, but now
yeah.
it's like I went and got some weed not too long ago, and I had got like $50 worth of shit, and they charged me $76.
Oh,
Damn.
I was like 76. They were like, oh yeah, the tax. I was like, bitch,
What the fuck?
what the fuck?
They
Well,
charge
thank
a lot
you.
for that shit.
Yeah, so
Jesus.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
I mean, I paid it, but I wasn't happy about it.
No.
yeah,
yeah.
that happened to me once in LA, and I never went back to that clinic.
See, I think it's in LA. Then that's part of the problem too.
Yeah, because it's already like very like
Saturated.
legal out here. Yeah, and it's
Right.
much more legal out here
Yeah.
than it is it is in other places, but they're gonna start shutting down all.
So it's easier to get. Okay, do you guys pay attention to the news? Did y'all hear about how Saudi Arabia is fucking up and like killing people?
Oh my god.
Okay, so they.
Since Saudi Arabia always been fucking up and killing people?
I don't know. Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
I thought that was the thing.
But like the prince had like ordered for some reporter to be killed, so the guy went to the consulate and they basically set him up. And like he was just missing for a while, and then the story developed that as soon as he went into the consulate, they fucking choked this nigga out.
Oh.
And then after they choked him out, they chopped him up and disposed of his body.
Wait, they choked him and then chopped him up?
Yes.
They choked him to death so he would suffer.
Oh, that took a very dark turn.
Yeah.
So dark.
And then
Why are they doing that? A reporter from America?
I believe. No. He was like from Turkey or some shit. And then there was this other lady who killed like she was a maid, and she killed her like master or whatever because he was trying to rape her, and they just executed this bitch and didn't even tell her family. So like,
no, I heard that it's a lot different. Like out there, like out here in America, if you like get found guilty of murder or something, like you'll have to do a trial.
Yeah,
it can take years. Say they give you death penalty, it can take years, like 20, 30 years before they actually kill you. In Saudi Arabia, if they be like you guilty, nigga, they can find you guilty at 12 and you be dead at 12:30.
Damn.
Even if they're like, oh wait, we had a mistake, they be like, oh,
well,
the nigga's
he
dead.
He looked guilty.
So it's a lot more accelerated and quicker.
Yeah.
Like get rid of you.
But like in the case of the reporter, they were trying to cover that shit up. Like his wife was waiting outside for like 10 hours because he told her, he was worried. He was like, yeah, like if I don't come out, just like call the police. And like they had somebody dress up as this nigga, put on a fake mustache and beard, and walk out the back of the building so that they could like try and cover up his murder.
Wow, so that was a murder. That
wasn't
like it
was premeditated. Like they planned that shit.
Ooh. That's horrifying.
Yeah.
Here I am making jokes and the nigga is really dead.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole.
No.
Sorry, guy, that happened to.
Right. But pray for you.
That's sad, man. Damn.
We actually listened to a murder podcast. That's hilarious.
And I think that's why I'm interested.
I mean, there's very many murder podcasts, but there's one that's a comedy one. It's like, it's called
funny.
My Favorite Murder. It's two comedians, two women, and like
they talk about real murders.
They talk about real murders, but they're just funny as shit. Like, you know, so
interesting.
It's really interesting. I'll send you a good.
It took me a while to get into it. I think I listened to it with Nina, and then I was like, oh, this shit's actually lit. And so then I started listening to it.
It's lit to talk about murders?
Like the way that they deliver it.
They're
is
not
funny.
joking about it, but they're just telling stories. Like the murderinos, people who are interested in the different ways you could die.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And as Nina says, if you learn about more ways you can die, it lowers your chances of dying that way.
Really?
Yeah, because then you're more aware of how they died that way, so you avoid.
But they were murdered.
I mean,
some people aren't murdered. Some people like their house catches fire from the lint in the dryer thing, in the dryer filter.
Like, and then some stories like, I mean, some are back in the 70s and 80s, so you see how the justice system did not give a fuck about women.
Oh,
and
no.
like how, you know, like how people would almost kill someone and just get like 10 years in prison.
Yeah.
You know,
shit.
Like this one girl, the story that I always say scared me the most, he like chopped her arms off, like both her arms off, and raped her for like 12 hours.
Jesus.
He had stamina. And wasn't he an old man?
Yeah. And he
wait. Did you just say he had stamina?
Oh shit. He was a perv. You know?
Wait. What did he do? He killed her and then what?
No, he didn't kill her. He tried to. What? He chopped both of her. First of all, he
raped her all night.
He hit her. He knocked her out with a sledgehammer.
Oh no.
Woke her up, raped her for 12 hours.
She had a headache and was
then he said, "I'm gonna let you go." And as she's trying to go, he chops her fucking arms off and throws her in an embankment. Mind you, she's 13 years old, and he's like 69. And then she fucking.
You just laugh? What is wrong with y'all? What kind of podcast is this? Jesus.
I'm sorry, it's because she said he was like 69.
He was old as shit. He was gray. They said he was gray. No, we're not laughing at her.
No, I know what she's laughing at. That is the hilarious part. Okay. And so then, wait.
We're not laughing at the girl.
So did she survive?
She fucking survived, and they gave this nigga like 8 to 10 years in prison. And at the courtroom, as they're taking him out of the courtroom, he says, "If it's the last thing I do, I'll make sure you die." And they still let this nigga out in 8 years. That's how much they didn't give a fuck about women.
But wait, didn't she run away? They were like, "Don't run away, little bitch."
And then this nigga, her life is all good because he's God. So then he gets out of prison and her life falls apart because she's aware, like, fuck, he's out of prison, he's gonna try to kill me. But no one wants him, like, in their area. So every city and state votes him out to where he's literally like hopping because everyone's like, get the fuck out of my city. Like, and so they're literally the government's like, get the fuck out. So they end up having to put him.
This in America?
Yeah, this in Florida.
Whoa,
They end up having to put him in
right.
a prison guard, like in a prison in his own trailer. And one night, somebody walks by and sees him murdering someone else in his fucking trailer. And then he fucking gets life in prison. But he dies 3 years later of, like, cancer or something.
What the fuck?
That was the scariest story. I was like,
Intense.
That really happened?
that really happened.
Some of the murders on there, you're like, how
I think the
fuck?
girl is still alive. Like, the girl who got her arm. I think she's, like, 30 or something. And she has 2
That
prosthetics.
sucks.
Yeah, the nigga really chopped her arm. This was the fucked up part. She said she saw him like moving. He was away from her, and she saw him like just moving really rapidly. And he looks, and it's her arm holding onto his arm after he had already chopped her shit off. It's her arm, and he's literally like, "Get the fuck off of me!"
Wow.
That's not funny, but it was so disturbing.
intense.
Isn't it intense?
Your friend.
It's a good podcast.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are the stories we listen to.
I
Yep.
see. Okay.
And we're podcast enthusiasts, so
Okay.
we always talk about other people's podcasts. I know you're thinking about,
I'm thinking of starting one. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna talk about, but
I mean, talk
I
about
like my
whatever.
voice.
Yeah.
As long as you like sound interesting, people will be
Yeah.
and you're
interested.
funny, so
Yep.
you know.
thank
it'll work.
you.
Yeah.
Yes.
How do you feel about? Did you listen to the whole Metro Boomin? You said yeah, right?
I listened to the majority of it.
How do you feel about it? It's like,
Cause I mess with Metro Boomin. I think he's dope. I don't
like
know
a
if
no.
I liked it so much.
I'm like, it sounds like a no.
There was a couple songs on there that were good. Cause I always be trying to be politically correct.
Yeah.
And I'll bump into these niggas. They be like, I heard what you said.
You don't
I'm
like my
sorry.
shit?
Yeah, they mean it like that. But I mean,
as a whole, it wasn't what we
It
wanted.
just wasn't. But I don't even know what I would have wanted from Metro Boomin on a whole
Right.
album. Like, you know, but I tried, like, that was another thing. I listened to Takeoff's album. Did y'all listen to Takeoff?
I listened to it on the
didn't,
way
but she
here.
did.
Didn't pay attention. I know I liked the song. What is it, Zay? What's it called?
That one song.
I remember. Or no. Or
I
the
remember.
single.
I remember. His hook is I remember.
Yeah. No, maybe it's not that
I
song.
can't
You're
forget.
right.
I can't forget.
You're right. It's not that
I'm
song.
not kidding.
Shit.
That's his hook.
Oh, Last Memory. That's
I
the
don't think
one.
I heard that one. This is my stance on it. I think I love the Migos.
Yep.
As far as these solo ventures,
Cut it out.
I'm okay.
Oh, God.
like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like when you put all three of them together, they're a really good group. I like their music. But when you just put me one,
Offset hasn't done a solo, has he? He's always done it with somebody.
Yeah.
he did.
But that
another
one with 21 was really good, but very
Right.
dark. I was like, wow.
It was dark. It was talking about killing everybody.
Yeah. I'm like,
Like, you niggas are murderers. How do you have time to just have regular lives?
This is crime.
You got working pulling doubles of murders.
like, don't talk about this.
Yeah.
I don't tell them.
So yeah, but I just it just wasn't for me. That's always the best answer that I can give.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't for me. I don't like it also.
I didn't even listen because I didn't even know it came out. And then like I know one song I like off of Lil Wayne's album now, but I don't remember it. It's the one with
Dark
Swiss
Side of the
Beats. The one with Swiss Beats. No.
Oh, you like that?
Oh, what the fuck?
What the
Special
fuck?
delivery.
Yeah.
Right.
That's only because it reminds me of an old song, and that's the only
It's
one I
the
like.
same exact beat. I think whenever
It's
they
tough.
do that, it's gonna be a hit.
It's tough to remain relevant in music these days.
Yeah.
Like, it's just so much. It's so much music at this point. It's just like,
It just keep coming out.
yeah. I'm working on an
Yeah.
album.
Are you?
Really?
I am.
Really?
Yes, it's a comedy rap album.
Oh my God.
I'm
It's
interested.
called This Album Ain't It, Chief. It's a comedy rap album, so look out for that. I'm working hard
Oh
on
my
it.
God.
It's gonna
Okay,
be a
good.
visual album too. It'll be
Oh, hey, I
videos
love
for every
visual
song,
albums.
We'll make that our Black Business of the Week when it drops.
There we go. We'll
Yeah.
be dropping around Valentine's Day.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you gonna have a freak song on there?
I got all, but see, that's the thing. It's coming from a comedian's perspective. So
Yeah.
I got songs like I have a song called Friend Zone. I have a song called Payday. I just have songs like that shit that real niggas
Okay.
deal with. Like, you
That's
know what I'm saying? So yeah, I
I'm
can't be like
excited.
these other rappers. So
I'm
it's good though.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm excited about it.
What else do you have going on?
I have a lot of stuff. I'm working on a web series with my bro, Come On Stage. I'm writing a lot of stuff. I'm writing a movie right now. I'm writing a TV show. And plus I have my day-to-day responsibilities at All Dev Digital. So, you know, I'm running a vertical over there. So I'm really, really
Doing it and busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It
don't
sounds
have a
like
lot of
our
downtime.
lives.
Busy and blessed.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited about it, though. And I'm getting back into stand-up, like I said before. So, yeah, not a lot of downtime, but, you know,
That's good.
we maximize the time that we got.
And you're a father too.
I am. Shout out my daughter, Kiara. She's 13.
Yay.
She's changing. She's just,
Yep.
she just, I don't know, man. Y'all females, man, y'all, women change. I'm going to ask a question about that real quick, but hold on. But women change when y'all get like teenagers. Like, she's just, she don't think this shit is cool or, you know. I'm not as cool anymore. So, but this is a question I wanted to ask. I said the word female.
Yeah.
And I had this girl. I want to ask y'all because y'all are women.
Yeah.
I said something on one of my videos. I was like, something to female. Da, 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 da. And she hops in my comments and she's like, "You're so fucking disrespectful." And I was like,
That's
"What?"
just annoying.
I said, "What do you mean?" She was like, "What do you mean female?" I was like, "You're a female." She was like, "No." She was like, "We don't call you a male. You're a man. You say woman. Da, da, you have a daughter. Da, da, da. Would you want somebody to refer to her as a female?" So she was just very repulsed by the fact that I said female. Is that a disrespectful thing?
I think that some people like to find things to be mad about.
Okay, so as women, y'all aren't disrespectful.
And then like part of it too is like I feel like the connotation some people using, like like when you're mad, you're like, man, this female, like just shit like that. But it's like you can use any word in that tense. Like if y'all don't learn how to be expressive with your words and stop being so fucking soft because you're on the internet all fucking day, things would be fine.
That's the thing. It's just the fucking internet. On the internet, people are making something so like big that don't even need to be big. I know they're making things that should be big, but it's also a lot of like just a whole bunch of bullshit,
irrelevancy.
Trying to make everything a problem and trying to because it's like you didn't mean it bad, but I've noticed that some people don't like the word female. And I don't really get why, because I am a female. I check F, I do have female parts. So
I definitely wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but I was like, I wonder if other women think that this is a derogatory.
I could see if you were like, this dumbass female. I'm like, okay.
I was just like female. She was just the fact that I said female was.
Get a blocker. Fuck it.
I ain't get it.
Clearly, you don't want to listen. That's like my solution to everything. Block.
I've been blocking people lately too.
It helps.
Sometimes you got, and some of them are just like fake pages and people who have no need.
And protect your energy. That's what I'm about. Like if you're coming in on some bullshit, no.
Yeah, I've been on that type of time a lot lately.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah, we rarely ever block on our page, but I remember there was one time where we posted something from a different collab episode, and then on the same day 3 different pages, and it was like a month later. On the same day 3 different pages commented something angry, and I was like, so y'all are all together, so I'm just gonna block all 3.
And it's like, well, at least you listen.
Y'all can get it.
You just came on the exact same day just to be annoying, and they took something that we said that we didn't mean, and
because it was out of context. The way we post, like how you post advertisement, you post shit out of context, so people are like, man, what the fuck are they saying? And then you go watch the full picture, and you're like,
I understand. Right?
Yeah, but like people are. It's once again, it's the internet. We're so used to watching these 1 minute fucking videos or little 15-second clips and not reading the full fucking story. We read news headlines and think we know the full story. We don't even like click on it and go in and read the whole thing, because all of those are usually misleading. So it's like people, they don't give the energy to like go the extra mile and get the full story. They like pull Angela Ease, I'm so sorry, on everything, like where she doesn't know the facts.
Yeah, we respect Angela Yee, but we
sometimes she fucks up.
To her on
she
the
just
show.
fucks up a lot.
She really doesn't check her facts, and I listen to that show a lot, so it really frustrates me.
So does she say like it's a fact, or no, I know they have a rumor report thing.
Yeah, it's basically to me it just sounds like the interns find all the information and they just set it up for her to read, so she just reads it. But the thing is, there'll be something in there like a term or something where it's like, if you're reading something to someone and you don't even know the word that you used, you should know the word that you used. It's your word. So that's why it sounds like interns did it, and that annoys me when someone's like, what does that mean? She's like, oh, I don't know. She really says,
I don't know, I'm just reading.
She says, I don't know, on almost every episode.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Because like, everyone I've listened to, when I'm with you, I hear her say it.
It's rough. Like, and I just newly started listening to Breakfast Club like a year and a half ago, but I'm just like, wow. Okay.
Gotcha.
I love that show, though.
So that's how we roll. Yeah, the show's good.
Yeah. Shout out Charlamagne. He got a new book out called Shook Ones, talking about mental illness.
Are you going to get it?
I am. I'm actually going to get it today. It's my brother.
Yeah.
I read his other book that he came out with, Black Privilege. That was a great book.
I listened to that one. That was
book.
Really good.
Absolutely great book. Yeah.
Some people really fucking hate him. And I
don't understand
why. I don't get it.
Oh, you know what? I think I do know why. Because before I met him, I had a different thought of what he was or who he was. So like, because when you see him, you just like, oh, he just says stuff or da-da-da. At least that was my perception, that he was just always saying like wild stuff. But like when I met him, he's like one of the nicest people. And then when I really started to listen to him, like he don't really be hating at all. He just gives his opinion.
Right.
And people, a lot of people, he's honest. Yeah, he's just honest. Like he don't just be hating and hate. Like he gives niggas props when they, like if he likes it, but I feel like you should be able to do that. I feel like giving your opinion ain't hating. You know what I'm saying? But like, since he's such a big person, I think people just automatically assume it's hating. But that nigga don't be hating. That nigga be honest AF. So yeah, I think that's the thing. I think his honesty can be misperceived for hate, and that ain't it.
I hope he has an audio book of Shook Ones. Cause I know I'm gonna
Why are you not reading? You don't want to read? You don't want to turn the pages?
I just be driving a lot.
Yeah. Like
it's easier for me to get through it if I get an audio just because I
actually just thought about that. Like I could be reading a lot more books if I would do something like that. Because I drive 2 hours a day. Like,
me too.
Exactly.
Or more.
Exactly.
I ain't got 2 hours to sit down and read.
Exactly.
Stuff is getting done between all those hours of driving.
It's like I'm going to do all the shit I need to do. I'm going to drive. And with that little bit of time, I'm going to try to nap. Like, I'm going to try to take a nap. Like, I might not, but I want.
All right, yo, so we got to start wrapping up. But I wanted to see, like, so I know this is, like, our year anniversary episode. And I kind of wanted to, like, change things up, like, when we do have guests. Like, you know how last time I asked Hafiz, like, if he could have a 1 hour phone conversation with anybody, who would it be? I kind of want to do that with our guests. Because, like, it helps you figure out who they are and what, you know,
if
what
I could have a 1 minute conversation, 1 hour. 1 hour conversation with anybody, it would be Jamie Foxx.
Why?
That's an easy one for me. He's my favorite comedian, for one. And just to talk about just what he's done. I just feel like Jamie Foxx doesn't get nearly enough recognition for the difficulty of the things that he's been able to do. Like the amount, I said the same thing about like Nick Cannon. Like, you know, with Jamie Foxx, like he's done an improv show, he's done a sitcom, he's done movies, he's done comedies, he's done drama, he's dropped albums like that. Everybody that's crazy. Like, so I would just love to just pick his brain, like on how his brain works. And I've met him a couple times, but I don't know him like that. But I would love to just sit down and just chop the game up with him. And just also too, like, I think one thing I really admire about him is that he always looks like he's having a good time. Like even when he does interviews, like you can just tell he happy to be here. That's like the type of energy that I try to, you know, infuse into myself. So I would love to just chop it up with Jamie Foxx, like
that's a good
talk some music with him. I'm really into music. Like absolutely.
That would actually be very great.
Yeah, Jamie
and
Foxx
I changed my person from last time. Like last time I said Drake, and I'm like, you know what? No, it would be Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. Let me tell you about Snoop Dogg. I mean, tell me why you would like.
Okay, so the reason I would like to do Snoop Dogg is because like the path of his life, like he was once on trial for murder, and now he has a cooking show with fucking Martha Stewart.
Right.
Like he had a #1 gospel album. Like this nigga, just like Jamie Foxx, is everywhere, immersed in everything. Like he even coaches a football team. Like he is a well-rounded individual. His dreadlocks are flourishing. Like he just looks happy. He not aging. So it's like I need to figure out what you're doing so I could be like you.
No, let me tell you about Snoop, because it's crazy, because you know in my career I've been able to meet a lot of celebrities. You know, thank God, that's been dope. And but like sometimes when you meet people, sometimes people can disappoint you as far as whatever you thought your perception of them. Like I've met like celebrities and they've been assholes, and I could never be a fan of them anymore because I remember how they made me feel. But with Snoop, when I met him, that nigga is so cool. Like every time I met him, he's just not what you would think. He's not Hollywood at all. And like I remember meeting him, you know, a couple times. I met him on Wild 'N Out, then I met him at his roast, and then I would bump into him and be like, "Oh, what's up, nephew? I see you over there." Like he's just a cool ass nigga. Like he would play like stuff from his album. Like he's such a cool nigga. I wish I could hang out with Snoop every day. He's the coolest nigga. Ice Cube too, and E40. Them is like niggas that Nick Cannon too. Like these are really, really, really cool people.
Wow. That's wonderful.
Snoop is definitely like #1.
I feel proud now. I made a very good choice.
A great choice.
Should I change mine?
I mean, do you want to change yours?
Well, do you remember what mine was last week? I don't remember.
Did you say Oprah?
That's what I think mine was.
I think you did Oprah.
Because just now when I was thinking, I thought Oprah again.
Yeah. It's that's how you know it's real.
Yeah, because I'm just like, it's fucking Oprah. Like, she did a lot of shit. And she was in, like, entertainment the same kind of way. What?
You know what? It was Oprah because I was like, she was poor and getting raped, and now she's a billionaire.
Oh, my God. The darkness.
But she didn't mean it in a bad way, though. Right. She meant it in a nice way.
It was in the best way possible.
I got you.
But yeah, because she does like media. I know she had a TV show, but it's like our work is somewhat similar. It could be related to that. And so her ability to be like a moderator or a host, or like to be able to just use her words. Whenever I hear her speak, like I can go to sleep to her voice. Not that she's boring, that she has that just like,
soothing.
I'm here to teach you something.
Right.
We're going to all grow together and grow youth and wealth.
Like
that's what her voice sounds like.
No, absolutely. I feel like I don't see her enough anymore. I feel like when she had her TV show, I saw her all the time.
She's probably, I mean, she's rich as fuck. I mean,
She's
so she's probably
now.
taking a break. Do we know?
She
Can you
gave
look
her
up her net worth?
garden.
We look up people's net worth. Jeff
we're
Bezos
curious.
is the highest at 155.3
And then after this, we're doing Look at God, so
okay.
think about it.
Elon Musk is about 97 billion.
Oprah?
97 billion. No, Elon Musk.
But what is Oprah?
She's
I'm
gonna
about
look
to
it
see.
up right now.
2.8 billion.
That's a lot of money.
Damn. She's just the fact that she's a billionaire in general.
Yeah.
And it's funny because some of the world's richest people are like a ton of people from Africa, and I'm like, these fucking
Con artists.
fucking scammers taking 99% of the company and giving 1% to the city. That's what these niggas do. They really do. Okay, so we have a section called "Look at God." So we just or ICU Universe for people who don't believe in God. You know, show respect to everybody. So we like to pick out something that we are grateful for. My look at God, I don't have one. Not that God is not good all the time. All the time God's good. My look at God is that typically when people graduate from undergrad or from graduate school, they get this like anxiety of like, oh, what the fuck do I do now? Like, shit. Like, I can't be nothing. I can't do nothing now that I've spent so many years in school and just wasted my life and all my money.
And I have debt.
And I have, absolutely just astronomical.
Right.
And so my look at God is the fact that that anxiety period for me was very short-lived. And I thought it would be much longer. It was very short. And I'm like, now I'm kind of cruising like, when you believe in yourself, you're like, and you know where you're going to be in a certain, like 5 years from now, like it causes you to not stress. But as Americans and as the world is now, we all think about like,
all super pressure.
I need to be there now. I need to have all these things right now.
Right.
So I'm grateful to be in a calm space and just be working, and just be building and just be getting whatever connections and joining whatever groups and whatever is necessary to get to where I need to be.
Dang.
Thank God.
Thank God. God is good.
All the time.
Go ahead.
Oh, me? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's this segment called? God got
Look
me?
at
Look at
God.
God. Okay. 'Cause I was seeing the show. I was like, what do I say again? I messed up. I don't know. So, my look at God. I almost messed it up again. My look at God moment would be today I'm celebrating 347 days of sobriety from alcohol.
Meow.
Yeah. So, alcohol is something that I had a problem. I probably should have talked about that at some point in this podcast.
We can talk about it now.
Well, I mean,
we have like 5 minutes.
Okay, well, long story short, I had never drank. Remember, like I told y'all, I had moved to LA when I was 30. I had never drank before I was 30. I kind of lived a really sheltered life, and I kind of seen what alcohol had done to a lot of people. So I was like, I'm good. But when I moved to LA, like I started drinking just out of like kind of just socially at first, and then kind of out of depression, like, oh, I'm not going to where I need to be by a certain time. And then I looked up and I was a full-blown functioning alcoholic. So I wasn't like, I didn't look like a hobo on the street with a paper bag and some whiskey, but like I was drinking every night, like you know what I'm saying. So to the point to where last year it got like super serious, and I ended up going to rehab once in May, and then when I went, it fucking got raided by the FBI because they were doing some shady shit. So I came home like, oh man, fucking see, that's a sign from God. Get out here and drink. So I started drinking again, just turning up like shit, like, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a sign. We always try to say some shit is a sign when we know we want to do it.
Stressed out.
If God wouldn't have wanted me to drink, he would have left me in there. So I got out and started drinking. And I was just drinking a ton, and then I ended up going back in November because what happened was some girl had like gave me some Xanax. I had never done pills.
Oh.
And I didn't know because I was drunk. And I fucking mixed and I almost overdosed. Like it got real for me. So then when I went to rehab November 22nd of last year, like that's when I made the decision, like I'm going to, but at the time I didn't think I could do it. I was just like, I can't do this. I remember being in the hospital in the detox area, and I remember like I was faking like I was asleep when the nurses was in there, and there was some nurses and they was talking. They wasn't even like they thought I couldn't hear. They were like, "Oh my God, did you see his Xanax levels? Like he had fatal amounts, and he might not make it." And so like when I heard that, I was just like, "Okay,
it's
like,
serious.
It's serious." And like then you got to have those real conversations with yourself, like, "All right, I might not get out of this how I want to. Like I might die here." Like, you know what I mean? It was and I have like a daughter, and I was like, how fucked up is this gonna be if I can't even tell my kid what happened? Then like it just kind of put it in perspective for me. It's like all this shit to drink, nigga. Like, do you love it that much? And so then I was just like, all right, I remember praying to God, like, all right, God, like I don't think I can really get sober, but it just don't take me tonight. Like, let me just have one night. And then I kind of just made that the thing that I did every day. I was just like, all right, I'm probably going to fuck up again and drink, but let me just not drink today. And I just did that and did that. So for me to be coming up on a year is super big for me. It's like my whole life is different now. Like I feel like stronger, more clear-headed, and more focused than ever. So my look at God moment would be, look at God taking me from something that I didn't think I could beat. I don't know if you ever had those situations like when you just have honest talks with yourself. But I remember just being like, nigga, I don't think you can stop. Because I tried to stop so many times. Yeah. I was like, and then at that point, you know, they say like God will humble you. That was the point where I kind of just had to come to God like, okay, I can't do it. But if you can help me, we could focus on tonight. So I just do that every day now. So, you know, every day I just, you know, I don't ever say that I beat alcoholism. I'm always say that I'm recovering alcoholic. But, you know, my goal is just, you know, when I try to think of a life sober, that's a big ass thought. But I could be like, all right, I'm just not going to drink today. And so that's my motto. And, you know, I'll begin through it. So.
Congrats.
Didn't mean to hit y'all with the seriousness.
Yeah, because I'm like, my look at God.
Praise God.
People need to hear this. You never know who might be battling the same.
Who out here struggling?
Yeah, that's why I talk about it too. Because for a lot of times, like, you know, even like my representation stuff, they be like, well, we don't really want you talking about that public. I was like, look, God didn't have me go through everything that I went through just to be silent about it. And I think that with alcoholism too, like a lot of people die or a lot of people stay sick because people don't want to talk about it. People get embarrassed. You know what I mean? And it's like, no, you're dealing with a physical and a mental addiction. It's a disease. Like it's literally classified as a disease. So, you know, I feel like me talking about it at least can help to, you know, start the narrative of, okay, well, how can we fix it? And I tell people like, nigga, you ain't got to drink. Like, you can my life is, I don't miss that shit. Like, you know, sometimes I do. I ain't gonna lie, because I used to be a bottle of Hennessy a night totally by myself. So sometimes I miss it, but then for the most part, like how my life is now and how my life was then, I'm good. I like where it's at right now. Yay. So look at God.
Look at God.
Yeah.
Okay, mine's not that lit. So mine is like, so when I got hired to the job that I have now, I really wanted to get the job so I could go on the mission trips that they did in other countries doing surgeries on like less fortunate people that couldn't afford it. So I finally got the opportunity to go, and I was supposed to go to Jamaica, and I was gonna be gone like next, it would have been like next Monday or something, or something of that sort. It would have been real soon, and last minute they told me it was canceled. I was fucking pissed. So then shortly after, they told me there were 2 other mission trips and they needed 2 other people to go. If you can go, let us know. So I let them know, and I was like really stressed. I was like, man, if I don't get picked, I'm gonna be pissed, because then I'm gonna have to wait longer to do this shit, and I'm trying to quit. So they hit me back, and they were like, okay, you were chosen, and so I'm actually going to Colombia instead to do the surgery. So I'm so fucking happy.
Hey, look at God.
Yeah, I'm like really happy that I'm finally able to do it, and like it's also alleviated like a lot of stress off of me, because my job is very stressful, and it's just like I was looking for the opportunity to get out, but I wanted to do this before I left.
Right.
So now that like the finish line is in sight, my job has become so much easier, even though it's still not like easier because it's stressful, but like just handling it is just like, yeah, this shit is really temporary. Right. And so like I'm just trying to continually instill that in myself, that everything is temporary. Like it may be miserable right now, but you're gonna get through it.
There you go. That's all you gotta tell yourself.
Getting the fuck through it. Thank you.
I hope you have a blessed trip with that. That's super dope.
So excited.
Oh my God.
Hey,
look
it's
at
a
that.
vibe.
Look at God. It's so nice. It's a vibe. Okay, well, thank you for coming on our 1-year anniversary show.
Congratulations to you guys on the 1-year mark, and hopefully I can come back for the 2-year mark, on the 3 and the 4 and the 5 and all the years.
But it'll be in our studio, or at least like on a TV set or something.
Claim it.
Speak it into existence.
It's gonna happen.
For sure.
All right, guys, just so you know, you can find us on Apple.
Ooh, Apple. Okay, you got an accent. Where you from?
You can find us on Apple Podcast. Search Young and Gettin It Podcast. There's no G at the end of Gettin because we are millennials. Please subscribe on there, rate and review. Also, you can find us on.
Can I give a plug too?
Yeah.
Follow me on all social media handles. I am DoBoy, DOBOY, and follow the squad, all deaf, on all social media platforms.
Yes. Follow him. Also, we're on soundcloud.com/WeAreYAGI. Woo, what's going on today? Please follow us, comment. We'll comment back. Thank you for all your listens all across the world.
Yeah.
Also, you can find us on YouTube. Just search Young and Gettin Podcast. There's no G at the end of Gettin. We're also on GooglePlay, Stitcher, and Pocket Casts.
And find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast. And then on our website, www.weareyagip.com. Email us at Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com. And you can also text us on our Google Voice number or call and leave a voicemail. Look at God at 323-486-3811. Thank you for rocking with us.
Yeah.
Peace out.
See ya.
Bye.
Yeah.